ChairShot Podcast coming to you on a summery Sunday evening here. World Cup fever has engulfed the pod. Hope you're all excited for that. And also, the second most important sporting event going on. The first, of course, being, so are we going to do a pick-em for the UFC White House card, boys, or will we just do a straightforward preview? Okay, so we've got some sort of tail of the tape here. It's kind of like we got one guy. He appears to be somewhere in the middle of Europe, and he's got rather than his accomplishments, he's just got all his various sort of bigotries listed on the left hand side. Yeah. And then the other side, you've got an American. He just got promoted out of Power Slap, so they got a bit of an NXT situation going on there. God. So he's on his way up. I watched a clip of the Power Slap. By the way, I do apologize also here. I watched a clip of the Power Slap there the other day. Sometime during the week, I was scrolling my phone or something on the toilet, which is how it's supposed to be consumed. I mean, it's that is where you should watch Power Slap, is when you're on the toilet.
Best consumed on the toilet.
And I've never felt more puritanical and conservative in my entire life. I was watching it and I was going, if you think this is entertaining at all, I'm sorry, you are subhuman, and I'm sorry, I think everyone involved in this should be tried in a court of law. I'm this is so beneath even MMA, which we've memed about a lot in the past, but this is such a non-sport. There is genuinely, without any exaggeration, there is more sportsmanship and dignity in the Ibiza final boss doing YouTube boxing than Power Slap do, which I also watched in the toilet. Now that was funny. Now that was funny. I don't think I've ever seen two less I think the three of us could have had a boxing match and it would have been more dignified. But it's still more of a sport than Power Slap, which is just completely farcical.
Have you seen this other one that's even worse than Power Slap, where it's I guess they don't have a lightweight division. It's always two hench muscle men, and they just run full force into each other.
Oh, I have seen that. It's I remember someone pitching it as
it's just a concussion element.
What if it was just the concussion aspect of American football and no ball? Incredible, absolutely incredible. So that's where sport is at.
Yeah, I do love when you see not so much anymore, but in the early 2000s, the MMA fights you would see are exactly as you described. You'd have one shaven head, Polish, or if not Polish, ambiguous Eastern European. Yeah. And he's head to toe Goldberg tattoos.
Yeah.
Against the all-American wrestler, Jack Wrestler Man. I forgot I was even on today. The White House.
So should I?
I believe so. I believe.
Oh, they're not even doing it on the 4th of July. Come on, should have been.
Well,
the true birthday of America.
I think it's something to do with Trump's birthday.
Oh, they're making us do some fucking boring national holiday shit on the 4th of July.
Trump's birthday today. There you go. He's 80 years old.
What's the more important day? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Just what you always wanted a UFC fight, because he's always been a big fan of the MMA. I mean, that is well documented.
Yeah. It's funny because Barry will often say, I wouldn't even look out the back window if it was on in the garden. I'm not sure if it actually is on in the garden.
Yeah. He's I absolutely will look out the back window. It's the most backhanded compliment ever.
Can't wait for pictures of him asleep.
Now, I was just about to say, nap time, nap watch. Gonna be on. Yeah. I wonder how much of the World Cup he's seen. I wonder how much of the World Cup.
Hands watch as well. Any brown stains.
What I love about the naps is the open mouth. That's what really makes those clips really funny. Literally honk schnooing.
My gran used to be a fiend for the open mouth napping. You'll fly a plane into it.
On sports guff, how are you gents finding the World Cup? I didn't watch any of it, but how are you finding it?
It's okay, I guess. I mean, we can run through some of the matches. Obviously, Germany Curacao has just gone off the air. That's not how football matches work. The referee blew the final whistle. 7-1, a score that Germany are obviously very familiar with.
Yeah.
Curacao not quite as good as Brazil, same score. Of the matches I've watched, I watched Curacao, Germany. I watched Qatar, Switzerland. Ooh, what a big pile of shite that match was until
shit.
Where is Curacao?
last minute. Curacao is an island north of
The Netherlands.
Venezuela, I believe.
Okay.
It is Netherlands owned.
I think what was the best game so far? Probably the American.
Brazil-Morocco was pretty good.
I think the first half, second half, they sort of went, all right, let's just have a draw.
Morocco said have for
the USA game was really good, but unfortunately the USA won, so I can't really.
I don't watch any of the middle of the night ones. Luckily, I tell you what we get over on this side of the pond is RTE put the highlights up on YouTube without spoilers, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
They don't have like the score in the thumbnail. So no, I've not yet stayed up for a game. Although I think there's one coming up that looks tasty. Which one was it? Well, Argentina, Algeria is 2 a.m. Oh, it'll be like watching the old WWF shows on Sky Sports. Mexico, South Africa was fun. Mexico obviously looked really good. South Africa looked absolutely atrocious, and there were loads of red cards, which is fun, and all of them deserved, in my opinion. Canada got the win as well. Didn't see the South Korea game. But no, I mean, so far, I think the thing, Joe, for you, given that our poor nation didn't make it, I did watch the Troy Parrott last minute goal again. That was my little Ireland, remember us moment. Troy Parrott getting the win at Hungary in the last minute. But I will say, from the English point of view, Joe, you must be taking some apart from Germany's result just now, you've taken some happiness in the fact that not really any of the top teams have looked very good.
Well, we haven't had France. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Brazil are very good anyway. I know people always rate Brazil just on historic reasons, but
yeah,
I don't think
fourth favorite going into the tournament.
I don't really see Brazil being particularly good.
I tell you what, I was surprised watching Brazil was their midfield of Lucas Paquetá, Bruno Guimarães, and Casemiro. I said Brazil don't have a better midfielder to go into that than that. That's their best midfielder. And then Fabinho came off the bench. I was like, he's still playing?
Yeah, they are weak in, I think, midfield and fullbacks pretty weak. Defence and forward.
And historically, they were known for having amazing fullback.
Yeah, so obviously no France and Spain yet. I think they'll be better.
Yeah.
Look forward to when are Italy playing? I can't.
1994.
Yeah, so I think it's just a lot of bullshit around the world. Just these stoppages, the water breaks where they obviously in America they're getting ads.
Yeah.
Over here we're not getting ads. We just watch the players wind around for 3 minutes, having a bit of water and listening to Whitney Houston blare out.
Yeah, it is very true.
It's very like Soccer Aid. You know what I mean? It's just like some music on while we have a little break. Oh God. Yeah, and all these they always introduce new rules at the World Cup. It's like, right, we've had a lovely season of football. Let's change all the rules for the World Cup. Now we're going to send someone off if they do this, and we're going to have a thing for this. And now you can overrule a corner, but only for the defensive team, not for the attacking team. It's
the referee doing wrestling style 5 count for like throw-ins and stuff.
What nonsense.
I don't like the water break. I think that's pretty universal. But I mean, there's been games where like the flow of the match changes
completely
post water break. You know, it's a tactic. It is quarters rather than half.
Yeah,
is ultimately what it is, right?
It's an absolute nonsense, and it makes me appreciate the European Championships even more, where we won't have this kind of absolute farce. Also on the broadcast front, so obviously BBC and ITV share broadcast duties.
Yeah. And
normally I would never touch. I mean, you have to watch, obviously the games are only on ITV, so I watch those, but I mean, I'll always go with BBC. BBC is always superior. This year, tell you what, ITV are destroyed BBC.
Really?
BBC they're not even there. They're in Manchester filming from a studio. I've got Wayne Wazza-Rooney on the pundit lineup. Some absolute terrible lineups on their pundits, just absolutely outrageous. ITV, they've got the backdrop. They've basically got stick to football. It's Righty, Keane, and Gary Neville as the main 3 pundits. But they've had some really good. They've had Ange Postecoglou on for the Australian game with Juan Mata as well. Yeah. Really good kind of additional pundits, and the production's been really good. I have to say, this is the year that BBC, ITV, this is the Monday Night War.
Yeah.
This is like ITV have finally tipped the balance. BBC, other sort of 1996 WWF, like they're down. They got some work to do to get back up. But yeah,
they've got the Dick to Football World Order.
Well, that's it. They've gone off doing their own little Netflix show. So yeah.
Well, I mean, not to throw shade, but we do have over on RT's coverage. James McLean, Kenny Cunningham, and Steve Kelly.
Johnny Giles on there, or
Johnny Giles? Unfortunately, no, he hasn't been on the coverage for 15 years. Him and Eamon Dunphy and Bill O'Hurley, who was
God rest him,
class act. Now, Eamon, now okie doke, now calm down, now. And Eamon Dunphy go, no, it's a disgrace, Bill. Those were the good old days. We didn't know how good we had it until. Like, do you know sometimes Joe's Shay Given will pop up on like Match of the Day or something, and he's just the dullest man who ever lived. Imagine the 3 Shay Givens on every match. That's what we have over here. Just the dullest shite. And then all the whatever about the pundits, but all the hosts we have now are all bellends as well. I still watch it on RT too. I don't know why. Put myself through it, but no, of the matches I've watched, I think there's only really been one dud so far. That was Qatar, Switzerland.
Yeah,
and even that had like a last minute equalizer. That had something to it. But then also really only one upset so far, I would say, which was Australia-Turkey last night.
Yeah, Turkey not looking good. I think maybe Australia are a bit lucky there for 2-0, but played pretty well.
Yeah.
Scotland getting a famous win there against Haiti. Didn't look great. I'll be
no.
Maybe they'll improve for the bigger matches, but the
highlights made it look like a hard fought win as opposed to
it was pretty
easy go.
Pretty difficult one for them. So we'll see. I think they need at least another point to get out of the group. We'll see.
USA, as you said, looked very good against Paraguay. We'll see how they look against a bigger team. Kind of, I feel the same way about Mexico as I do for them. I thought Mexico looked great, but like South Africa are dreadful.
Dreadful.
So how good will Mexico look when they go up against an actual team? But no, it's been good so far. I'm watching all the games that are on during the day. As I said, I'm yet to stay up for a late one. Maybe Argentina in the week might be the first of those, but we'll see. And then we do have coming up, don't we? England Croatia. On Wednesday, a rematch of the 2018 semi-final, I believe it was. So England to get some revenge. You're hoping, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get a receipt. Although Croatia aren't the team they were back then, to be fair.
No, they're all over 40.
Well, I saw Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer today became Germany's oldest ever World Cup player, 40 years and 100 days or something. So there's hope for us yet, boys. We can still make the World Cup squads if we really put our minds to it. So that's World Cup guff. I also had, before we get to the wrestling news, a little bit of life guff to mention.
Go on.
An intruder in the house.
Go on.
Not like a dog, right? This isn't like a fun little
intruder.
And then the bee went on Mike. It's not that kind of story.
Not like hey.
So I was doing my absolute favorite of the household responsibilities / chores. I feel like you don't really call them chores anymore when you actually own the place. Chores are to me are inherently something you do for someone else, usually a parent. But I was cleaning the bin because the bin had got a bit smelly and it needed a scrub. The bin which sits in the kitchen by the window currently. So I had that. I was scrubbing. And I looked down, and 2 houses down from me, there's an Indian family who are very nice. I've not interacted with them very much, but they seem very nice. And they have a daughter who is on a trampoline out the back garden. And I was like, oh, whatever. And washing the bin, give it a scrub, pour the water out, leave it to dry. And I go inside. I'm in the kitchen doing something else. And I'm chatting with my brother who's in the sitting room about, I forget what we were even talking about. And the little girl just walks in. And again, she's like, oh God, I want to say like 12. She's not like a little kid, like a little 4-year-old runs in, you know. She walks in. We look at each other. We look at her and we go, what are you doing? And she looks at me, but kind of more through me, I want to say.
Oh.
You know, that kind of like there.
Dude, it's going to turn out she's a ghost, Joe, at the end of this story.
That's what
The
I
girl
was
never
thinking.
existed. No, she walks straight through into the kitchen and opens the fridge.
No.
It was fucking Yogi there. What the fuck?
So we kind of escorted her out, and so I don't know what that was about, but
Hungry.
maybe she's just hungry. I don't know, but it was very, very strange. I'll say that much. Like I don't know much about this family. I hope the girl's, you know, okay or whatever. But it was very, very odd.
It seems.
It's such a weird situation because you have like a child come into your property. You think, what do I do? I can't like grab her and, you know, shove her out the door. You know, like you have to think real quick. And also in my kitchen, I've got like sharp knives and like, what if I had gone to the bathroom for 2 minutes and she just wandered in? And, you know, anything could happen. So.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to
She could have ran out the door with your sausage links, with you chasing after her if you didn't intervene before she got to the fridge.
Spider on the leg.
Maybe she's confused which house she's supposed to be going into.
I don't know. It was very, very, very weird. But that happened. And then, yeah, weather's been nice over the weekend, so I went for a walk in the park. I've been doing my jogs still. I'm doing a 9K jog tomorrow.
Wow.
Which is the biggest distance since I started. Not missed a day. Tomorrow, actually, will also, when I'll do this 9K jog, will mark exactly 2 months since I started doing this again. And I've gone from 2.5. The first jog was 2.5K, and the pace was very, very slow, to 9K. So it can be done. It can be done. But no, I mean, again, this was my first weekend off since the bank holiday Monday of 2 weeks ago, because I worked last weekend. So it was nice to have the Saturday. I really just did nothing and just took the day to myself, watched a movie, had a bath, big man bath with a nice bubble bath and a laptop sitting on the toilet with a movie on it, which I'll review later on. And then my parents will be coming over in the week to have a dinner or something.
To guard your house.
Yeah, you gotta have a guard parent to keep kids from running in, I guess. What about your own week? Any notable occurrences?
We went to Costco today.
Oh, double chocolate cookie.
How many booms did you give it though?
I give it 4 booms.
Really?
Off you go.
Out of 4. I don't know.
Wow.
Boom, 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 boom. Didn't see the Rizzler. Yeah, just bought a few beers. Luckily, we have friends who have a car who live near it, so they give us a ride back, which means we can actually.
How far away is it from you?
5-6 miles from us. It's not like massive.
Oh yeah,
far.
that's far.
Well, like, you know, if you're getting out the bus, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
to getting a lift back, maybe get heavy stuff. Like I've got a nice big tray of 7-Ups over here, 24 kilos of the old diet 7-Up. So look, those will be getting drunk. Don't worry about that. Those will be getting seen off during the summer. Yeah, so it's busy. And whenever we go, we've been there during the week as well. Sometimes you go like on like a Wednesday when we've been off. Yeah. Packed. It's always packed. It's just packed constantly. I don't know what's going on there. The people of Croydon, South London, they fucking love Costco. They're just in there 24 hours a day. So
and the idea of Costco, sorry, because I don't think we don't have any Costco's in Ireland, unless I'm mistaken. Right? No. It's like what? It's a wholesaler.
It kind of is like a wholesaler, although in America it's more just like a regular supermarket. Like that's be a wholesaler.
It's where they do their weekly shop.
Yeah, because
it's a wholesaler basically.
I get 9 gallons of milk. I don't know what they're doing with all this milk, but you know, or 3 kilos of cheese or whatever. But yeah, here you do have to be a business. It's a bit more like business orientated, but you know, there's certain things you can buy. Like today, we needed some like tissues, so we bought a 12-pack of Kirkland, which is their own brand tissues.
Okay.
So I think we worked out we've now got about 3,000 tissues. So that should keep us going for probably the rest of the year, I'd imagine. At least, probably not get through them. Yes, that was all right. And then that's a bit it, really. Other than that, not much this week. Watching the old football.
Yeah. Not much on my end either. I was saying to Paul there before we began recording, probably Paul and Joe episode next week. I'm going to the Metallica double header next week in Dublin. And I will likely be out of commission, so I'm looking forward to that. Having a quiet week in the run up to that, so that's the life goal for me.
What's the over under on how many songs in before Hetfield gives the Dublin, we love you, Dublin. You're our favorite city in the world, Dublin.
Yeah, and does he do it both nights, or does he just get it out of his system on night one?
Probably,
So yeah.
To be fair, the Blaine Castle show was very good. I saw them also in 2008. I want to say Malahide Castle, but it may have been Marley Park. I always mix those two venues up, and they're very good both times. I'm sure it'll be.
I thought Slane was phenomenal. The only thing that bummed me out was obviously getting the bus to Slane.
Slane is a pain in the hole. Get out of it.
It is, and I was saying to you before we started recording, Paul, as well. This is in the old shiny new Aviva, and there's lovely seats for me because I don't know exactly where we're sitting, but we're certainly not on the ground, so we'll be a million miles away from the stage. Seated. Yes, it's been a long 7 years since I saw you boys. Little seats for me, please. Also, I am. Yeah, it's for anyone who doesn't know, they're doing a European tour. Everywhere they go, they're doing 2 nights.
Yeah,
and it's a different set list each night. And I don't know if they're doing this in the other countries. For Dublin, anyway, they're splitting them up, so it's Friday and Sunday. Which is a little bit odd, but it worked out for the best because I'm going to CMAT on Saturday. So I'm having a CMAT sandwich with Metallica as the bread.
But are you standing for CMAT?
Yes, I think that is.
Where's that?
That's that. Is Virgin? No, it's in Cork. That's just what Cork as well. So I'm going up to Dublin, going back down to Cork, going back up to Dublin, and then back to Limerick. What am I in my 20s? What's this place in Cork?
I'd say the trains are more expensive than the concerts.
I mean, I was fucking flabbergasted when I had to fork out for the. Don't get me, the fucking Metallica tickets were expensive. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, the train journey cost me that. Yeah, the CMAT venue is the Virgin Media Park. That's outdoor. As best I'm aware, it's like it's like a Cork rugby.
Okay.
So yeah, looking forward to that. I'll have a report for you guys, I suppose, in 2 weeks. Looking forward to that. And then the week after, in bloody Limerick, no train tickets needed. I'm in Florence and the Machine. So
nice.
Big month of concerts for me. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll jump over to the wrestling news here. We do have a little bit of news before we jump over to the TV reviews and the features and whatnot.
Yeah.
Got some matches for Forbidden Door, which is taking place in San Jose, Melty Country.
Nice.
The
SAP Center. We have the men's Owen final, Ospreay versus Swerve.
Yeah.
Should be one. I guess that'll be the main event. Because the other newsworthy event, I suppose, this is going to be one of the first AEW pay-per-views in a while with no world title match.
No, I think the cage match should be the main event.
The cage match will go last. Okay.
I just think my presumption is that this will be like the one last year where it's
surrounding. Yes.
Surrounding. So I'm just thinking in terms of logistics of setting that up and pulling it down. I think they'll just finish with it. Have it at the end.
So that cage match is Team Briscoe, which is Mark Briscoe and 5 associates to be confirmed. And Team MJF, which is MJF, Kevin Knight, and 4 associates to be confirmed. Briscoe wins, he gets a world title match. So, they're stretching out the old Briscoe thing to buy us some time until Wembo. So yeah, and I wonder where we're going with that. But that was interesting.
It's interesting the 2 Forbidden Doors in a row, multi-man cage matches, tag team cage matches.
Yeah,
I don't want that to become a thing they just do every year.
Doing it twice in a row, you can call that a coincidence. If it happens next year, I'm rolling my eyes.
The issue is they also do blood and guts, which is so similar.
So similar.
Thing.
We'll also have the women's Owen final, which we don't know the makeup of that yet.
I would presume Sadie's. And I would honestly give it Maya World.
Why not?
Over Athena. Let's have an upset.
Yeah, they're doing. You're. I mean, I suppose I don't really want to put this in the news, but I mean, obviously, Maya World had that horrible occurrence with her brother passing away this week, which was terrible. She slotted into the Owen for, I guess Saray wasn't cleared, I guess, and there was some. It originally seemed like she was going to be, and then she wasn't, and then okay, whatever. So they slotted Maya World in there. I would say an upset win, over Sky Blue. Sky Blue obviously not pushed very hard, but more than Maya World. Yeah, why not have her go all the way? I mean, like, we've had the conversation about Athena 1,000 times. I think the audience knows you're never pushing Athena. You're never pushing Athena for whatever reason. You put her in there against Monet.
As much as they should, absolutely. She already beat Athena in like the opener of this tournament last year. Do you know what I mean? I mean, whereas I think if you give Maya World another big upset over Athena, you can kind of make people go, oh, fuck, like, this is an actual intriguing, like, I don't think anyone's going to go into the Athena match with Monet and think that she has a chance. Whereas if you give Maya World the two big wins, I think that'd be interesting. I think that'd be very interesting. The thing as well is that they really need a baby face on or so, a new face on the baby face side as well, I'd say. Because their Storm is gone, Willow's gone, and like
Statlander completely out of gas. Completely out of gas.
It doesn't say My World will necessarily do that, but
you have to try. You have to try.
It actually had me thinking. Speaking of people being missing on the babyface side, where is my beloved queen? Where is my juicy queen? She came back and had one match. Aminata.
Oh, Aminata, yeah.
Of course. Came back and had one match. And
I thought you meant Camille.
She come back and
she had one match.
Camille, not very juicy. She's more of the fur muscle variety.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Where's my queen Aminata at? Where's she at?
Very odd. Very odd.
Maybe I don't say she got injured in the match, but I know she came back for that one match after a long layoff. Maybe for some reason they're sitting on bringing her back or whatever. Like, fuck. You're missing all your top baby faces. Queen Aminata is also for class.
Yeah, who's great. I mean, with a division as snake bitten as this one is currently, you'd imagine they'd have her on if there wasn't something up. But interesting. It's kind of after. I mean, in our multiple conversations about the women's own, it kind of felt like there was no direction. You've got a couple of interesting ones here. You can do the obvious money thing. You can do the Maya World thing. Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. That is pretty much just your old school Forbidden Door. Here's what we think a cool match is.
Type thing.
Yeah. And to be fair, as far as modern New Japan goes, that's a pretty good one. I think you've salvaged the one kind of interesting match you can from that. I think there's going to be a lot of New Japan lads stuck into that cage match. I think we're fleshing out the ranks with that.
Yeah.
We're putting Ishii in the shoes. Ishii into
Toriano, Master Watto.
Oh yeah, the pop for Watto when he comes out,
and the Great Okan. Just all the New Japan weirdos.
You won't find a better babyface team in the locker room than that. I can tell you that, Outlander.
I mean that's the one interesting thing I suppose is that this year it is being portrayed as AW X New Japan X Stardom X CMLL. Currently, no CMLL stars at the card. We'll get to the one Stardom person, I guess, in a moment. But
you could also have your CMLL representation. The cage could just be an all-star. Fucking Briscoe gets Mystico and MJF gets Cicero, and
Just drop this event. It's annoying me now.
Yeah, I mean,
just retire it if you're not going to do it properly.
And no, to be fair to them, I mean, what the fuck do you do with modern New Japan? I mean, I guess
shit.
Yeah, just drop it. Drop it.
And CMLL is good, but it doesn't really work. Merging it with AEW, you know what I mean?
And they've kind of everyone who they've quote unquote signed people to these dual contracts. Like those have come nowhere. I think we just talked last week. Where's Mystico? Where is Mystico? He's not on these shows,
Mystico. I was looking as I did the update to Fantasy League. Mystico's got, since I signed him, 2 points.
Yeah.
For Mystico. He went from 24 to 26. Okay, this is Paul from the future. I'm going to stop Paul from the past right there. So yeah, it's never good news when I show up. My internet dropped out at this point during the recording. Only we didn't realize it for another few minutes. Essentially what happened is I could still hear the lads, they could still hear me, and we talked on. But on the recording, on my side only, it's all messed up for the next few minutes. Normally I would try and cut it in a way that would be listenable, but mine is so badly out of sync that even to cut out my side, it's too much work for what 7 minutes or whatever of not really worth it conversation. So I'll fill in the blank now of what the next 7 minutes was. Oh, you know what else is interesting? We have matches now in AEW, like the Dogs versus Cage and Cope. 2 months ago, that would have been an interpromotional match. Also, Tekla's having a match against Starlight Kid. And then also, some promotions are putting their videos on my AEW. Anyway, any features? That's basically it. So rather than me spending way too long to fix, again, 7 minutes or so of meh conversation, you now know what was said, and we can jump straight to the features. Enjoy it. Okay, we do have a feature. In fact, we have a quiz, which I realized in the week is the pun name doesn't work.
Match, what was it? Match.
Go on. What is it? The band is called Matchbox 20. It's not Matchstick 20. What the fuck was I thinking about?
Wait, okay. So the feature, everyone, is called Matchpick 20.
Because it's no worse than it's no worse than our other puns. I mean, it's close enough.
Yeah, I mean, at least a matchstick is a thing. It's not this thing, but at least matchstick is a word.
You got me there. So anyway, just to remind you to get your strategy brains enabled here. This is wrestler 20 questions, right? But we're not trying to figure out a wrestler here. You're trying to get a specific match. So again, you might have some different questions. So you won't be asking, are they active necessarily? Although maybe you would. Maybe you'll be asking that about the wrestlers in the match. I will say again, this is not a very, 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 very obscure match.
Okay.
It's a match we all know and we would individually know and know things about. So it is gettable is kind of the goal here. You have 20 questions to work out what the match is.
Okay.
Away you go.
How do you want to start, Joe?
I don't know. Why did we start on this one? Promotion?
Sure, yeah.
Did this match happen in the WWE?
It did happen in the WWE.
Okay. Good start.
Did this match in this decade, so 2020 forward?
No.
Okay. Did this match happen in the 2000s? 2000 to 2009?
No.
Shit.
Did this match happen in the 2010s?
No.
Oh, okay. That's probably a better way to do that. We should have.
Okay, yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah. We could have done. We could ask. I suppose you could go. Will we say Attitude Era? But that's even. We could probably just. We should just commit to 90s at this stage.
Let's just assume 90s, maybe 80s. So, was this any kind of championship match?
Yeah.
Is this a singles match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Singles championship match.
So WWE Intercontinental Hardcore European Light Heavyweight.
Was this a world title match?
No.
Okay.
Was this an Intercontinental Championship match?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So off the top of my head, Joe says this is not an obscure match. Just to give us a ballpark here. Steamboat Savage.
Yep.
Rock Triple H ladder.
Yep. Brett Bulldog.
Brett Bulldog.
Sean Razor.
Those are the big ones.
90s.
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint when any of the Rock Austin Intercontinentals would have been. They're all on like Raw and stuff like that. Okay, I think those are some good ones to work towards.
Should we say was Bret Hart involved? Because I think he was most notable. I see. So you got Bret. Savage was my 80s. He wasn't really that old. So.
Yeah, Savage was. Yeah, now we don't have 90s confirmed. We're assuming 90s, but
if we say, did this match involve either Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels?
Sure.
That narrows it down to those two. Paul, did this match involve either Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Fucking cooking.
Was this match a ladder match?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Not a ladder match.
Brett and Shawn also had a ladder match as well. Little known.
Did you? Shawn Razor.
Little known match.
Little known match, folks. On pay-per-view, I believe it was. Not this is a thought.
That's 10 questions, by the way.
Okay, so if it's not what other Shawn matches would be notable that weren't the ladder match? It's not too many.
They weren't like taking out all the world title matches. So no Vader, no Brett. No.
So I think it's either Brett Bulldog or Brett Perfect. They're the only two like big icy, or Brett Piper. I mean,
Brett Piper's the other one. Yeah, you could. Was it Brett Piper? I was about to say because we could ask, was it in the US? But I think Brett Piper was in
Canada.
Was that Canada? Yeah.
We'll say, was this a SummerSlam match?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Okay, so not Brett Piper. So either Brett Bulldog or Brett Perfect, I would say. Do you want to guess? Was this in the UK?
Yeah, was this in the UK?
It was in the UK.
Oh, take us home, Joe.
To the UK. Do we get more than one guess if we get it wrong?
No.
Oh, so we have to be sure.
If you make a guess, you get it wrong, you lose the game.
Okay, well, hang on. So it's a singles match that involves Brett or Shawn. It was in the UK and it was for the Intercontinental title. We don't know the period.
Was this match in 1992?
Yes, it was.
We won't get it be.
It was at SummerSlam as well. Don't forget.
Oh, we know it's SummerSlam.
SummerSlam 92 UK. Was it Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog?
It was. You got it.
Yeah.
14
questions.
Nice.
14. Very good.
14. Very good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
How long did that go? About 6 minutes. I do have a backup. I had a backup match in case it went too fast. So I don't know if you want to do the second.
Just do the backup match because
why not?
Yeah. Okay, I have a backup match as well. Just in case it went too fast, which, again, 14 questions, very good. Let's tell you what.
Speed running.
It can be 14.
Yeah, speed running 20 questions is on like beating 6 minutes.
It's like those versions of Wordle where it's like you're trying to solve Wordle and a math question and have a wank at the same time. Because all the freaks weren't satiated enough by one Wordle a day during COVID.
Any Wordle and have a wank at the same time is just normal Wordle.
This is plain Wordle.
This is also known Wordle.
Okay, go number 2.
Okay. Did this match occur in WWE?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Did this match happen in either the 90s or the 2000s?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Was this a singles match?
Yeah.
Did it involve a championship?
No.
Okay. I don't know why, but I just saw Hogan Rock. That was my first thought.
Okay, Hogan Rock.
Notable match that didn't have a championship involved.
Yeah.
Foley Undertaker as well.
Foley, very good one. Take a bit of a gamble. We could ask: did this match occur during the Attitude Era? But then obviously you've got 2 windows on either side of it. If he says no, do you know what I mean?
That narrows down a fair bit. If we say 97 to 2001.
Yeah. What did this happen between 97 and 2001, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Foley Undertaker's a good one.
So now Hogan Rock then. Foley Undertaker. What else were there? Vince Austin?
So
that was
there was a Vince Austin cage match on pay-per-view. There was a Vince Austin singles match on Raw. There was all the Foley Rock ones were for titles.
Foley Undertaker.
There's been multiple Kane Undertaker matches. The Inferno match.
Yeah.
She
just got Undertaker.
Undertaker might be a solid one, to just take Undertaker out. Paul, was Undertaker involved in this match?
I'm afraid he wasn't.
No.
He was really doing a damn pod there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now...
With his idiot wife.
I'd love to see them playing this. We have more chemistry than them. I've watched some of those clips. Was it in the 90s? Oh, you love asking questions like this in the 90s. I don't know. You love talking old. You fucking love talking, my God.
So what other notable matches in the Attitude Era not for a title?
The Austin Vince...
Or Shane? Is it a Shane match?
A Shane one. Here's weird. I don't know if this is slightly too obscure. No, it's a well-known match. Jericho, Triple H, Last Man Standing. Attitude Era. All the ones. This is one of those things now where all the ones I'm thinking of are title matches. No titles at all.
At all.
We could ask if it involves Steve Austin.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Does it involve Steve Austin?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, I think the Vince one's a good shout then, because what notable Austin match would not have had
a title?
Like, can't be many. Rikishi. What was that? No, that was 2000.
That was Attitude Era. Yeah, Rikishi, the Triple H match where he killed him with the forklift.
Triple H was back 8 days later without a single scratch.
Yeah, so he's fine. The Triple H 2 out of 3, whatever they call that. The 2 out of 3.
Okay, to go Triple H just to rule him out.
Yeah, I don't think it will be. There's also the Vince ones. Did this match involve Triple H?
No.
Okay. So the Vince ones, there's probably fucking 90 in the Attitude Era, but
there was either Vince or Rikishi, right? So there was, but probably let's go Vince.
There was we could ask if it was on pay-per-view, because the cage match was on pay-per-view with Vince, and then he had like a bunch of other ones on Raw where he's had his arm tied behind his back. Was this a pay-per-view match?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm thinking Valentine's Day Massacre.
Valentine's Day. Well, how many questions are we on?
Your 10th question.
Okay. Was it a cage match? Or is that too...
No, yeah.
Was it a cage match, Paul?
It was a cage match. I have to imagine that's what the eponymous website is named after. This specific
match. On the off chance, is there any other? I don't think there's any other ones. He didn't do a load of cage matches.
Do you want to do one more to clarify?
Did the match involve Vince McMahon?
It did involve Vince McMahon.
If you could go back in time and sort of like grease the cage a certain way so that instead of hitting the table kind of funny, he landed on his head and died instantly. That's not a real question.
No, I think that was pretty hilarious. As it was.
Is it the St. Valentine's Day Massacre cage match between Steve Austin and Vince McMahon?
You got it. You got it in 12. You did beat your 14.
Son of a bitch, Justin.
Very good.
Well done, Barry.
Well done. Very good. I have to think, 14 and 12 weren't outrageous scores. I'll think of a way to balance that. But I think that was good. There was no
fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
No fuckery in the quiz this week.
No fuckery, and not only one win, but 2 wins.
2 wins. How about that?
Well done.
Killed it.
We do have some emails. I have an email. Someone else has an email.
I also have one.
I have an email from, I think this is a pseudonym, Calgon Jeffries. Definitely not a real name.
Washing machines live longer with Calgon.
Question.
Jeffries.
Is Paul's washing machine now working properly? I don't like to think of working 11 days in a row in soiled clothes.
Why did he email you? Is my washing machine working?
Because I don't think he trusts your integrity to read it on here, to be honest. So
what was the second half of that?
I don't like to think of working 11 days in a row in soiled clothes. Hold on. That is your real name, which I'm certain is.
The washing machine is working correctly. You'll be happy to hear. That doesn't mean I don't wear soiled clothes, though.
You're only human.
Oh, I just soiled up these ones I'm wearing right now. The washing machine is working well. We rebuilt. I don't know if I've talked about this. We rebuilt the shelf to put the counter back on top of. So there's now the counter is there again, but now there's a gap between that and the washing machine. So the washing machine has that little bit of tiny amount of jiggling that a washing machine does while it does its thing. it can now do unhindered. So the washing machine washes the clothes, doesn't melt them, but also doesn't sound like a jet engine. And my clothes are, 50% less soiled than normal? I'd say 100%, but certainly improved. Thank you for the email, Calgon, who I'm guessing is Will, since Will has also emailed me. Will gives his surname as ABCDEFGH, which I'm guessing is a reference to last week's quiz, which I thought was a perfectly valid answer. Barry had a little tantrum about it for some reason. I don't know why. And he won the quiz anyway because he guessed the head flip. Now he's having a tantrum. Yeah. Ooh, they're conspiring against me in the quizzes as they are in the fantasy league. Not to worry. Joe also has a direct connection to Tony Khan, since Michelle met Tony Khan. They probably exchanged numbers. Joe's whispering in his ear, get that Hokum
All right, Michelle, while you go over there, please take this list of wrestler names I want to see pushed in the new year, please.
Pop it in his pocket.
In his pocket.
Tony Khan's like,
wow, this post-it note is so right.
Michelle probably hit Tony Storm in the knee with a little wrench as well while she was over there. Got her off heavy.
That attack by that little, it seems to have popped it back into place. Thank you, stranger.
Anyway, Will emails, subject tie. THAI.
Oh, really? I was thinking TIE. Interesting.
No, it's a different type of tie. Sorry, it's a good email. I went to my sister's tonight. She cooked a blueberry and blue cheese pizza. So I'm now at the Thai restaurant listening to CSP. What's the worst thing you've ever eaten or had cooked for you? Will's sister absolutely buried 6 feet under here.
I have an answer for this.
All right, go ahead, Barry. You go first.
I'll lead off here. And this is one I cooked for myself.
Okay.
This was my bachelor days. This was after I moved out from my mammy, before I met my now wife. And I posted a picture of this. No, did I post a picture or did I send a picture of this? I can't remember. I sent this picture to some friends of mine. This is about 2018, because this was before I met my wife. They still have this picture. It comes up in conversation every now and then. I cooked a frozen lasagna from Tesco. I threw it in the oven, and I took it out of I don't know what I did wrong. All right. I don't know what I did wrong. It had multiple layers. It was in a nice thick foil casing, as they, you've seen a fucking frozen lasagna before.
Yeah.
I plated it up and it looked like a page of the Bible. It was the thinnest, flattest, like most disgusting looking shit I've ever seen in my life, and it was completely flavorless. I don't know what now listen, again, it's a fucking Tesco frozen lasagna, so what was I expecting? But I definitely fucked it up somehow, and it was completely inedible, and it was paper thin. I've come a long way. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, you made it very nice looking. I'm guessing it was chicken in the week.
Yes. I'm battering my own chicken, folks, and that was sensational. I will say. I'll put myself.
That's not a euphemism, by the way.
No.
2018, he was battering his own chicken before he met her.
Oh, dearie me. What about you boys?
Let me think. When I was a kid, I have a weird hang-up about milk out of the carton versus milk out of the plastic bottle. And I know normal people will say, I don't know what you're talking about. Those two products are the same. There's no difference in them. I maintain to this day there's a difference, and I can't have milk out of the plastic bottle.
I love the plastic bottle.
I don't look. I won't argue with you. I'm sure. Number one, I'm sure there's actually no real difference. Number two, like whatever you like. Cool by me. But I used to get minded out of friends when I was 9, 10 maybe. And in their house they only had the milk in the plastic bottle. And they used to give with my dinner milk out of that dreaded plastic bottle, and I would have to force it into myself.
Oh no.
Because I really, really, really disliked it. And then one time I had it, and it was just a bad day. Had a hard day at school, I guess. Had the dreaded bottled milk, and I just threw it up everywhere.
Oh no,
it didn't go well. Another one as well is I went with an ex-girlfriend who was from Spain. I went over to Spain to visit her and her family, And also the family didn't speak any English, so that was also extremely awkward. This would have been in 2012 or 13, I want to say. I don't remember what exactly. But I went over to visit the family. And they knew that I'm a man of exquisite taste who enjoys a good burger. And they got me some of the local Spanish burger meat. It was the fucking mankiest burger I've ever had in my life. It was, I don't know what way they make their meat over there. It was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely rotten. So it was. Apart from that, I would struggle to really think of too many examples of, I'm a man who I'll just eat what I like. I won't necessarily go out of my way to eat something unusual or whatever. And I always cook my own food. I don't really get other people cooking for me. So I don't think there's too many examples of times I've had really kind of bad food in that way. This same Spanish girlfriend used to eat fish. And I don't mind it. I don't eat fish myself, but whatever, she eats fish. But she used to eat the whole fish, including the head and eyes.
Oh, what?
Which is, I believe, a thing over there. And I used to just sit there and watch her do it. And I was like, this is so... Hey, no wonder we're not together anymore. What is it? I sit there going, how can you fucking eat that shit? It's absolutely horrendous, horrible. Anyway, that's how it was. What about yourself, Joe? Any bad food in your history?
The worst meal I've ever had was an incredibly... Have you heard of... It wasn't at this restaurant, but have you heard of Noma in Copenhagen? It's like...
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Like Michelin star, one of the best restaurants. We didn't go there because we couldn't... You have to be like Kanye West or whatever was going there. Not these days, but, that level of star back in the day. But they had like that level of favourite. We went, but they had like a sister restaurant that was kind of not Michelin star, but it was still very kind of that kind of similar kind of food. Very expensive. That was the worst meal I've ever had because I don't like posh food.
Yeah.
I don't like fish eggs, and I don't like mushrooms, and I don't like things that taste all sour and weird. And that was what it was for 7. Even you think like, okay, well, dessert will be all right.
Yeah. No.
And then it's like fucking bitter chocolate tart with yuzu jelly and fucking hum or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like rhinoceros jizz.
It's not made to be nice.
I know. It's all an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste, and I have not acquired those tastes. I have acquired a taste for spicy chicken with the chips. That's my taste.
I don't want to have horse elbow scratchings on a fucking sourdough shit.
Always a lot of fish and shellfish as well, which I don't like. All those kind of... That's why whenever I look at these posh restaurants, I think that people kind of rave about, and I look at, and I look at the menu and I'm like, fuck me, I wouldn't eat any of this.
I had something similar. I went to a wedding 5 years ago, I want to say, and it was a great wedding. But the dinner was that. It was like... But it was also... it was like a trick. Because on the menu, it looked like... I was going to say normal food. And when it came, it was like a fucked up, deconstructed, I said, the beef on the menu. I love all kinds of beef. I love a steak. I love a burger. I love a roast. If it's beef, I'll eat the beef. And it came and it was fucking, I don't know what it was. It was like, the food had slightly melted, I want to say.
God.
It was not good. I could barely eat it at all, to be honest. Anyway, thank you for your email, Calgon.
Cheers.
Or Will. Really are.
Or two separate people.
And I'll just remind people, if they do want to send in emails, we do love getting an email. You can do that at ChairShotPodcast.com using the email form on the homepage. You don't even have to open up your Gmail. Just go to the website where you look at the artworks and all the fun stuff on there and send an email.
Do you want to, speaking of emails, I mean, we really live in the future here, because while I was fetching that email from Calgon, real person Calgon, I had a reply from an email I sent just before we started this podcast. I reached out to a local cinema chain to see if they were showing Nirvana, the band that show the movie, when they get their theatrical release. And I got back to me very quick. Chat by the name of Stephen, emailed me back. Thanks for reaching out. No information on this title at this time. So. Well, I mean, that one sentence he sent me kind of tough going. So they gave me an AI overview as well, or on email. And it says, you asked blank, we'll show Nevada the band to show the movie in July.
Yeah.
Stephen replied, said they have no information on the side of the time. Thank you. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. It makes it all worth it in the end.
It is when you Google something and the AI overview goes, well, I don't actually know. I've never heard of that. I've got nothing on that. What you might be referring to is it's like that person in the pub who kind of interjects with, despite never knowing what you're talking about, but they'll always give you an opinion. You're like, well, you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. Why? Shut up. They know. Okay.
I did. I switched browsers, and obviously most browsers still default to Google when you search things. So I switched to DuckDuckGo, and it's funny because there is a little bit of friction in it because it does work more like they used to work. But I was like, you know what, that's good. That's good. I would rather have to scroll a couple and click the link I want than have to just deal with the ads and the AI overview first and all this other stuff. So I was like trying to get around that stuff as best I can. Anyway. That's the emails for the week. Thank you, folks. We do have some 10 to get to. Dynamite and Collision from Nat.
I watched most of Collision. I have not watched the whole show.
I haven't even watched all of Dynamite. I gotta be honest with you. And it's a shame because I assumed the main event was good. I thought this show was kind of a stinker. Yeah, I got distracted right before the main event, and I just didn't have the energy to go back. I'm sure the main event was good. It looked good on paper, and then
it was.
Collision looked like an okay lineup for Collision, but I was like, my enthusiasm was sapped by this show. I will say.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems I had with Dynamite is that it felt in some ways like a Collision. There was a lot of, not that these guys are bad or anything, but there was a lot of guys who are typically in Ring of Honor. And so that really didn't have me too optimistic about the quality of Collision. Collision itself actually turned to be okay with what I've seen so far. But Dynamite, I watched on a day delay. I was too busy. I didn't get a chance to watch it on the Thursday, so I watched it on Friday. And I saw a post on Barry's Discord talking about this opening segment on Dynamite that it was real bad, real stinky. I said, these guys on Barry's Discord are always fucking curmudgeons. They always say shit's bad, but actually it's good. Let me throw this on. Fine. Oh, my toes are curling. This was so fucking bad.
Yeah, I think it really got the show off on a sour note. Really got you in a bad mood.
Worst segment of the year, I want to say, so far.
I mean, nothing else comes to mind. I'm sure if I was to rack my brain, yeah, maybe. Tony Schiavone comes out and introduces Ciampa. He gets cut off by Jericho. Ciampa's doing his whole just, say I'm better than Jericho thing. Jericho comes out. And Jericho is just continuing to do like the most lowest hanging fruit, lazy WWE humor, calling him Tommy. First of all, Ciampa, who I think has been excellent in AEW so far, he was jumping up and down like a toddler saying, "Stop playing that music" during Jericho's entrance. I was like, oh, this is already bad. This is already terrible. He looks like an idiot. He looks like a buffoon.
And actually, until Jericho came out, it was fine.
yeah.
Until that point, it was fine.
Ciampa was fine up until that point, but so he was calling him Tommy. He was doing this thing where he was punctuating every sentence by saying bald. So he was like, stupid beard, dreadful, absolutely dreadful stuff. And then he was calling him Tommy, and that's his new thing. And Ciampa said, even my own mother doesn't call me Tommy. And then Jericho was like, your own mommy doesn't call you Tommy? And then it was
Tommy.
God, this is absolutely agonizing. And this crowd, who were pretty shit in general, if we're being honest. I mean, this was not, John Moxley country letting us down, sadly, because they were not much of a crowd. Some of them were kind of into the Tommy stuff, but it was not like
they were.
Well, I mean, they were doing it, but it was not rapturous. Also, you know what I realized during this? I was like, Jericho is trying to make like bald like his thing. It's like when Big Show tried to do the S chant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like he's like, I this thing that people have been doing kind of on their own for Daniel Bryan in that case for like 2 years. What if it was mine? What if it was my catchphrase? And he's probably going to ask to just wrestle bald people.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that felt a lot more like Vince McMahon trying to trying to copy paste that onto a wrestler who wasn't Bryan Danielson. Whereas this one is a lot more cynically Jericho himself trying to take a bit of that and put it in his pocket and say, "Oh, actually, I invented that." This guy has the worst instincts as well.
Yeah.
For what's funny and what's cool. He first of all, the character comes off like such an annoying little dweeb. He's like a schoolyard bully almost. You don't like being called Tommy. Well, I'm just going to call you that infuriatingly over and over again. And then, Tommy's bombing. And after he said Tommy's bombing, I was thinking, oh shit, what other words rhyme with Ami that he's going to fucking wheel out here as well? This would be like 5 words in a row that all end with Ami. Luckily, I don't think there are too many other ones, but God, this is absolutely painful. Do you watch Dynamite, Joe, this week? You're on mute.
Muted.
I did, but not giving it much attention, to be honest with you.
This you couldn't help but be annoyed by, though. Even if I was just doing something, had it on the background, like chopping vegetables, I'd be like, oh, what the fuck is this? I'd have to run over and be actively angry about it. So,
well, I just skipped it. That's the way to do it. I just skipped it.
You started on the board stuff. The smarter man.
I went,
no. You went, oh no, the file is broken. The file's broken. It's skipping forward for some reason. Yeah.
God. Yeah, pretty bad.
I feel like the goodwill, whatever goodwill he had when he came back, the 1 week where he came back, it was okay. The guy is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, he got
very, very odd.
He got a good pay-per-view match, although he had Ricochet in there with him, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Ciampa's really good, but I think it'll be a struggle. I mean, and the funny thing is, even when he came back, the character stuff was lame and bad. But you're like, okay, like whatever, like we'll see what he does post Ricochet. But it just kind of seems like this is just it. This is what he's doing. Yeah. He had more Andrade side eyeing Don Callis once his title shot. You know, so Andrade is probably going to be the next guy to split away there from that.
You think he's going to be the next guy?
I don't know. I mean, oh, you got me. You fucking got me.
Brother.
You fucking got me. All right, The Rock. Jeez.
How you know?
How you know?
Which is, it was later in the show, right after the Orange Cassidy match, but like he gets on the microphone and just says, "How you know?" It's like it doesn't.
I know,
it's
so stupid. I think it's kind of funny, but I this is another thing where I am going to be I'm like, it's just so stupid. It's like everyone has to have the stupidest fucking phrases. It's really irritating.
But it would work if he set it up like The Rock.
Like that. He should be setting people up to then turn around.
Yeah.
Like he said to was it last week? He goes, MJF, because MJF had beaten Roosh. He goes, you think you can beat a real Latino man? No. You know, that was good. That was good.
How you know?
You can't just say it. Because also, jumping forward to the Orange Cassidy match, which I did not like at all, Leo Rush was there. And he was like, how you know? How you know? I was like, oh, this is garbage. This is fucking garbage, man.
I will say, I agree. The Leo Rush segment did make me laugh.
Oh, you're a crank.
No. I'm not saying it was good or whatever, but just him him with the phone.
No, Leo Rush is good at his bit. He is good at his bit. Holding the phone like he'd never seen a phone before in his life.
But he
was a
used
good bit.
Face to unlock it as well.
He is good. But I mean, I mean, they obviously love this. They think this is their Dynhouse, and it probably fucking will be. I mean, it probably will be. As we've talked about for ages at this stage, the audiences for these promotions are not as different as they used to be. They are still a little bit different, but you can have a guy do this kind of character, and he will be popular in AEW. He absolutely will. So he might even be in that fucking cage match. Maybe he'll be the 5th babyface. You know, stranger things have happened. John Moxley defeated Shane Taylor. They continue. They've had a little collision.
Yeah.
I think this is an interesting test of. Sorry, there. I'm just reporting from the White House. They're doing the bikes jumping across the ramp there, and I am reporting live from the scene. I think there's an interesting test of like if you run something exclusively on Collision and then do it on Dynamite, does the Dynamite audience know? And this one in Cincinnati certainly did not care at all about Shane Taylor Promotions, which is a bit sad, but good match.
Like Shane Taylor Promotions has as many people as the Don Callis family.
Yes, it's huge. Gigantic faction. Good match. I like Shane Taylor. They roughed Moxley up. Moxley bumped all over him, which is Moxley's going to do, of course.
Yeah,
he wrestles every fucking show, and he works his ass off to make sure everyone looks great and gets over to the best of their abilities. This is good fun. Moxley, of course, won.
Yeah.
There was a big schmozzaroonie after the match with Shane Taylor Promotions getting involved and Death Riders and all this other stuff, and that set up a 6-man street fight thing on 10. A 10-man, pardon me.
4-man on each team and 1 woman.
And a lady. Yes. Which lady did they have from the Shane Taylor side?
Trish.
Okay, yeah.
Not the
super tall lady.
No. What's her name? Something
Christian XO.
Christian XO. She's tall. Entirely XC, but that's weird.
It's like them really tall. She's even bigger than Lake Cross.
Yeah.
She needs to be with them.
No. Tony Khan's like Immortan Joe in Fury Road. Like, you mustn't get addicted. I'm only pushing 2 of these giant ladies at once. No more giant ladies for you.
I tell you what, AEW's Giant Ladies division is absolutely stacked. And I love it.
It's tremendous. It's absolutely tremendous.
I'd love to see like a Stardom, but they're all over 6 foot.
Giant ladies, yeah. Oh my God, let me tell you.
Instead of the age cap, what was it? 23-year-old age cap.
22.
Back in the day, yeah. minimum height, 6 foot.
Minimum height, yeah, 6 foot. We had Callis come out with the Jet. To do
again, felt really didn't
really work
weirdly. I mean, and I was thinking about it. Is that I think we have these concerns about Kevin Knight joining the Don Callis family specifically, but I do think broadly speaking, there's a number of people who have joined factions who feel like less important because of it. I think there's just something to the fact of being in a faction. If you're not the leader of the faction de facto, it does kind of lessen you. Even we were talking about Orange Cassidy in the fancy league earlier. The Conglom, everyone who's in the Conglom, okay, it's great, they have a little faction, whatever, but they do feel like, oh, that's the guy from the conglomeration, as opposed to that's Mark Briscoe, or that's Orange Cassidy, or that's Kyle O'Reilly. Same with the Don Callis family. You have a lot of guys who are just the guy from the Don Callis family. And I mean, Kevin Knight coming out to defend the title to me should be a big thing, but it's just they just matter of factly came back from break. Don Callis came out and introduced Kevin Knight. He came out. It didn't feel like a big built-up event or a special thing. And then we think, oh, again, this feels like Kevin Knight, by virtue of being in the Don Callis family, is now lesser than he was when he was on his own. So I wonder for whatever the next project will be. Probably they'll stick him in a faction again, but I wonder if they might benefit by not doing that going forward. Yeah, Kevin Knight came out and he had a match with Kevin Knight had a match by Collision. I'm making it up. Yeah, he got attacked by Darby. He had a very good match with Myron Reed on Collision, to be fair.
This is also another promo where I just wasn't feeling it from Knight. I just wasn't. He has the problem that I think Persephone has as well, where it's kind of like you're doing this rock thing where you're referring to the president. It's not that he's not charismatic. It's like you don't have that charisma. You don't.
Yeah.
When people, this is true in most cases. When people do that and they just, you can tell it comes off so kind of like forced. It's like, that's not you. I don't know. Like you need to figure something else out, because there's nothing lamer than doing that kind of act, but not pulling it off and not feeling natural in it. So yeah, they need to figure something else out for him. That's it. So yeah, Darby jumped him. Presumably Darby will be on the babyface cage match team. Because Kevin Knight is in there.
Yes. That could do me a favour. If I get Cassidy and Darby and let's see.
Briscoe's definitely winning though. Briscoe's on.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So it's
okay, let me have a look who I want to see on Briscoe's team. I want to see Bandito, Kyle Fletcher, Tyler Riley, Andrade,
Mystico. Oh no, you got rid of Mystico.
Oh, you got rid of Mystico.
Lita Croft.
Oh, now I'm talking. She just bench presses. MJF throws him out of the.
Oh, I tell you what I would love. Again, forget the fantasy league, but let's say you have the tag team champions now are Cope and Cage, right? Whatever. Say the dogs win, beat them eventually. The dogs, unbeaten champions. They're beating everyone left and right, and then there's like a mystery opponent coming out and fucking Divine Dominion come out. The dogs be all scared. Oh, it'd be fucking class. And then Divine Dominion just beat them up anyway. With the titles. Oh, I love it. But Divine Dominion are actually one of my favorite acts.
No, they're great. They're
so great.
They are great.
It's just a shame they have no one for them to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
like have a feud with somebody.
Move fast forward to the Birds feud. Can we just? Surely they're doing.
Yeah. Are we saving that for Wimbo?
Just just hurry out. Let's just kickstart it.
But I tell you what, though, that would be a great moment. That's the right thing to do. Obviously, them winning in Wembley. But then what did they do? Because they are baby faces. But maybe they might just have to, because like they're like baby faces. They're good workers. They can have good matches. But like with the Divine Dominion thing, even though you'd like to see them more, it also works because like they don't have anyone. So you can just do the thing where they stomp all over little normal sized women and grind them into the ground. That works. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a quick swap back after Wembley. But Mark Briscoe defeated Pac in a very good match.
Very good.
With the J Driller. And this segued into the MJF in the crowd berating Briscoe demanding a title shot, MJF doing his usual stuff.
I saw Brian Alvarez had a very funny rant about this. Did you see that?
What now?
Oh, God.
How are you supposed to know who the world champion is?
No, he was angry that the second MJF didn't appear, Mark Briscoe didn't immediately mention the fact that he spoke to Tony Khan that this match was made. It's like, no preamble, get straight to the meat of the matter. I was like, well, why didn't Darth Vader tell Luke he was in the first
right away?
The second they met.
This is why we live in the world where like Netflix is like making shows that can be watched while people are on their phone.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like this is why everything has to be over-explained. That's the level of analysis.
Fundamentally an important thing is the moment where the heel gets got by the babyface revelation. You can't just start with that. You have to kind of have a little preamble, a little bit of build, and then Mark Briscoe says, "Oh, well, actually, MJF, I already talked to Tony Khan, and this is what's happening." What the fuck? That's how you do it. That's wrestling. You can't say, well, nothing they said beforehand makes any sense because Mark Briscoe already knew this. Yeah, Mark Briscoe knew he knew it, and he let MJF carry on. But this was good. And I think the match, despite the fact that they did it last year, I don't mind the idea of it, and the idea of the match. And I believe on Dynamite next week, they're doing the team reveals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun.
So there you go. We had Andrade versus Orange Cassidy, previously discussed.
Yeah.
A lot of hot dogging, a lot of Orange Cassidy doing the hits. Now, I did like Orange Cassidy taking off his jeans and having jeans under. Listen, come on now. I am only human. And Andrade was going out kissing the girls, and Leo Rush was there scaring the ladies, and got a picture with Orange Cassidy, and he got a picture with Andrade. They did fucking 5 minutes with Leo Rush on the outside. They gave him half the fucking match.
While they were having a match, it was very good. With all the stuff.
Of course, yeah. Andrade won with the deep.
He did after that big elbow that we all love.
Yes, yeah.
The good Judas effect, as we'll call it.
Yes, that's literally what it is. Yeah.
The better Judas effect.
Andrade wrapped up with "How You Know," of course,
for no reason that made no sense whatsoever.
Just to say it.
Yeah.
Had a segment backstage where Ospreay was talking to the camera, and then Alex Windsor bursting in a big
hug.
That was
real good.
That was very well done. And
yeah.
She was devastated because her Wembo dreams have gone up in flames. Or
you never see that. You never see the effect on the loser.
That's good. They do all these tournaments, and to see someone devastated that they're out, and great. because you were originally going to face one person, and then it got swapped out for the canonical best women's wrestler in the company. That's kind of shit.
Yeah. Real good.
Tekla cut another promo on Stardom. Oh no, sorry, we got a video. Pardon me, we got a video about it.
He did a promo on Collision.
Maya World substituting in for Saray defeated Sky Blue. Good match. They gave Maya World a lot. Obviously, Renee did talk about the situation with her brother before the match. So they kind of were very frank about it. So yeah, as we were talking about earlier, I think you could have World go all the way.
Yeah.
Maybe not win, but you could have but yeah, go have a pay-per-view match with Mercedes, right, and have that be a big thing.
Exactly. I thought the match was much better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I know that we're not exactly Sky Blue adorers on here, but I thought this was really, really solid.
Yeah, she has gotten better. I mean, she has slowly, but she has gotten better, and Maya World is good. Yeah. Had a couple of vignettes and backstage thingies here. Announced the ESJ match. Announced Kevin Knight for the Forbidden Door team.
MJF with a suitcase full of money.
Yeah.
Don Callis says, no, I'm not sure. Ooh, suitcase full of money. Oh, yeah, go out there. We can do that.
And more Andrade being annoyed and eyeballing MJF. So there you go. And then the main event was Swerve and Brody King. How was it?
It was very good. It was not. I don't think as good as the pay-per-view match that I really was big on. I think I said that was my favorite match on that show. I don't think it was quite as good. It was very good. Ending was maybe a little abrupt. So the turnbuckle pad got ripped off, and actually the turnbuckle itself got torn open. You could see the padding inside of it. And then Brody went into it. Brody was bleeding. They didn't really do much of a Brody comeback after he got cut open. Really for me, the bleeding is sort of then amplified by the fact that the babyface bleeding starts to come back into the match. It wasn't so much of that. Swerve beat up fairly quickly afterwards. I want to say it was 2-3 minutes at most. But I was good. That actually better than the one thing that was better than the pay-per-view match is that Swerve just beat him with the vertebrae, which is I remember in the previous match he did like the vertebrae on the outside and then had to do his little like stomp or something for the win. Just the vertebrae was better finished than any of Swerve does anyway. So use that as the finish, especially if you get a guy like Brody King up for it. Let the vertebrae be the finish. So yeah, Swerve Ospreay at the Pape, which is neither of them my guys. You get that old five-star bonus again. Man, this one's gonna be a banger. I mean, I know that it may not touch the quality of Ospreay's Owen Hart final of last year.
No.
But really, really good.
How was Collision? Take me through it. Well, what was notable from it?
Collision was good. I watched the first hour and a half of it, I want to say. Let me pull it up here. And again, unfortunately, I have not watched the whole show yet, so I'm missing a bit of the end of it. Summer blockbuster Collision. I also think we didn't mention it, but for Dynamite and Collision, little ironic that they're doing a show called Summer Blockbuster in this tiny venue. You know what I mean?
Well,
I know it's being picky, but you know what I mean? Like, Summer Blockbuster.
Yeah.
In the show, they're like, TNA wouldn't be embarrassed to run, in a bit. We opened with Kenny Omega in action, which felt a bit big for Collision, but maybe it wasn't available on the Wednesday. Kenny Omega versus Bad Dude Tito of New Japan fame.
fame?
Yeah.
Of Japan.
I know him. He's in Mighty O'Neill. Again, quicker than I would have liked. If you're having Kenny Omega versus a New Japan port of any level, like that, it's almost like a little Forbidden Door preview in a sense. Give it have that be your cornerstone match on this Collision, more or less, right? It was very, very fast. It was like maybe not even 6-7 minutes. Kenny Omega that did a little promo where he mentions the technical wrestlers that he's worked with and built to the match with Sabre. Fletcher and Davis backstage talk about Takeshita, that they have to take the international championship away from him. Okada walked up and said, yes, we have to take the championship away from Takeshita. Proto Okada. So I don't know if they presumably will build like a triple threat maybe with both of them and Takeshita. Seems unfair that Tony Khan would make such a match, but who knows? We've started to have the survival of the fittest qualifying matches as well for the TBS belt.
The survival of the fittest thing, yeah.
They announced 6 women for that. Are they?
No, they're doing 6 qualifying matches.
Did they announce who's of all those matches?
I don't think so.
No,
maybe they did. I missed it. You had Hikaru Shida qualify. I don't know who won the other one because I didn't watch the show. Let me scroll down on these results here. So Hikaru Shida qualified and
Persephone beat Julia
Persephone
Hart.
qualified. There you go. So there are 2 people. I wonder if they might give Persephone the title to sort of kickstart her in.
Elevate the belt a little bit.
Yeah,
well, elevate her a little bit.
If she's going to be around, that'd be... Yeah.
She's
I mean, again, you're kind of looking at some of the names in these qualifiers and like, she's at least someone new, interesting.
Get Juicy Queen in there. Queen Aminata can win. There you go.
Does she have a qualifying match?
No, probably not.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but she did.
Persephone would be something new, something interesting.
Yeah, that match is on July 1st, so we still have 2 weeks and a bit to go. We had a segment that wasn't quite as bad as the Ciampa Jericho one, but wasn't far off.
Okay.
4 words to send a chill through the spine of every AEW wrestling fan. The Ops were backstage.
Oh, God.
Anthony Bowens cut an extremely generic promo about how Samoa Joe taught me how to embrace violence, and we deserve applause. So stand on your feet and applaud the Ops.
Oh, God.
Why didn't Max Caster in the Ops? That'd be better.
Well, here's the thing.
He'd be much more entertaining.
Hook says, shut up now, stop doing that. We don't care about applause, we're the Ops. Which actually, Hook it was like, Hook was personifying me in this segment where he's saying, actually, the Ops don't do these generic heel, shut up and stand up and applaud when we come out. That's not, the Ops never did that, even as heels. He says, to stop trying to act like the leader. And then Bowens got all pissy and said, what? So they're already like not quite teasing dissension between them.
Is he one of the brawling birds? What was that? What? It's a point.
Rubbish nonsense. The Rascals won a quick squash. They brought out Myron Reed, and he and Kevin Knight had, as I said, a very good match for the TNT Championship. It was a little bit sloppy Joe at the beginning, but it definitely picked up, and there was some really, really great spots. There was Reed hit Kevin Knight with the jump over the top rope cutter, which MJF did against Jay White that one time. A lot of really great stuff, and then Kevin Knight, of course, won with his big rock bottom, which I love. That's my move of the year.
I do like that. His new finish.
Yeah, I know. I was a little bit sniffy about the UFO splash the other week. He was a little bit harsh on it, but I do love it. I've always loved the rock bottom because it is simplicity. But it's simple, but looks cool with the flourish of like the leg kick out and everything. Love it. Divine Dominion hype video. No match.
They can't wrestle every week, Paul. Yeah, come on. They're not John Moxley. They're not going to wrestle every week.
Divine Dominion, we talked about them already. They're great. Maya World interview as well. Very good. Athena interview. Yeah, in response to Maya World. Saying that she was sympathetic about her brother, but she got to take care of herself, Athena being. So she's gonna take out Maya World out of the competition. Athena, Tiara James squash. Mm-hmm. And she continued beating her down after the match. Maya World ran out for the save. And then Cena beat her up as well. Very, very rude. Ricochet is coming for Takeshi's championship as well. And then I think this was the last thing I watched. Very good tag match, the Dogs and the Young Bucks. Which again, take out Mox, Shane Taylor, plot that on Collision. Dogs, Young Bucks, put that on Dynamite. A little bit backwards. Very good match. Very, very good. Dogs with the win. Not clean because, of course, the Shillelagh made an appearance, but very good stuff. As I said, I assume this will further build them up for some involvement against Cope and Cage.
Yeah.
We also had the Conglom talking about the cage match. It's been Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Big Tom Ishii. They didn't necessarily confirm that they would be in the match, but they kind of hinted at it. They all have now Orange Cassidy style T-shirts with the photo booth style.
Yearbook photo,
yeah, the yearbook photo or the passport photo style. Tomohiro Ishii's is so funny. I need to get that. Might be the one I buy before I go for because it's just his face with completely expressionless, and his head is so wide it basically takes up the whole width of the frame. Very, very good. Oh no, then we had the Tekla promo. So Shivani was at the announce desk apologizing to Stardom for the very crassless remarks, very classless remarks by Tekla. And Tekla came out, stood on the announce table, and said she didn't quite say Tony cut the shit, but she was close.
Yeah.
And she talked about how Stardom fired her. Look at her now; she's top of the wrestling world. And she spit in her hand, and she said that her saliva is worth more than anybody's. They could send their best wrestler to do something about it. And then she wiped her spit on Tony Schiavone's blazer, which was very funny. And that's where my Collision watching cuts off. I'll just look through the rest of the results here. Bang Bang Gang were backstage. And they're building to a match against the Dogs, I guess. It looks like Juice Robinson was talking nonsense as usual. Julia Hart, Persephone, as mentioned, Persephone won that. Mike Bailey against Jake Doyle. That does sound like a fun match, actually.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Doyle with the win as well. Jake Doyle beat Mike Bailey. Of course, I knew that because I did the fantasy update. But actually, while I was doing it, I didn't actually pay attention to anything. I was just very autopilotly writing numbers down. Big win for Jake Doyle. And then main event Death Riders against Shane Taylor Promotions for the third show in a row. That being Collision last week, Dynamite and Collision again. So hopefully that puts a light under it. And Death Riders did get the win in that one, of course, with a paradigm shift onto I'm not sure who. It doesn't say.
24 minutes. In 24 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it was a street fight. It does end with Moxley hit a paradigm shift into the glass, tacks, and toys for the victory. There you go.
Okay.
That's Talish. Let's talk about movies for the week. Who's seen a movie? Who's seen a talkie?
I
Go on, Joe.
went to the cinema yesterday.
What?
And on Saturday again. Wasn't anywhere near as busy as last week when I saw Backrooms. A lot quieter this week. That was good. Saw Obsession.
Yes.
Which, part of this summer doubleheader of viral Gen Z horror. Yeah. Went to see that. Audience was fine. A lot of rustling.
What are people microwaving burgers and hot dogs and
lots of kind
all around.
It sort of sounded like they were putting the sweets back in the bag. It was that much rustling. It was like,
the old, am I being annoying? Let me put it back in.
It's like they turned up with a handful of chocolates and was like, all right, let's try and get these back in this wrapper. People just munching away. Apart from that, it was fine. Same trailers as last week of, incredibly dark movies with a spooky goblin man going, oh, spooky. And then you get to the end of the trailer and it shows the title and it's like Evil Dead Burn. And I'm like, oh, so that's an Evil Dead movie? I know.
Yeah.
Literally, you could have mixed up the end titles of all of these movies.
Any of these films.
And I'd have believed that they were completely that franchise. Yes, Obsession. And Barry did a very thorough review a few weeks ago. It is a classic story. It's a monkey paw kind of movie. I think a very, a take on a very classic tale, but done in a very unique kind of style. I think that's what I appreciate about it most. It wasn't like those other kind of spooky goblin person movies. It was just the way it was shot, like the choices of like the lack of cuts, the slightly kind of just weird scenes where there's a slight awkwardness, like one of the characters being really cringe, like that you wouldn't necessarily get in a lot of movies that would be much more kind of formulaic. And so there's a lot of like interesting choices in the set designs and everything about it. It was just very, very, it felt like a vision someone had, like, I want to make this kind of movie.
Yeah.
So quite a modern take on a kind of classic story. So I did really enjoy it. Again, would I have rushed out to see it if it hadn't been for all the hype? Probably not. I'd have watched it on streaming next year, honestly. Yeah. But I did really enjoy it, and it's nice to have something. It's funny they both come out in the summer. Rather than Halloween. But so really interesting movie. The only complaint is, and I hate saying this again because I feel like I say this with every film, so dark I literally couldn't see what was happening at time. I don't know if this particular screen at the Odeon was dark as well, but like there's just times where I'm it's hurting my eyes because I'm trying to squint to see what's going on, and I'm like, okay, I get you. Even if you want natural light, I literally cannot see who that character is that's talking to even know what's going on. It was I'd be interested to see it on streaming to see if that was just the screen or whether how dark it is. 'Cause some of the screenshots I've seen on social media, it didn't look that dark, so that's what I think that. I really enjoyed the performances. I didn't think the main guy was great, in all honesty.
Oh, the guy, okay.
I thought the girl did obviously a really good job. Supporting characters were fine. Andy Richter's in it, but
I forgot to say that.
He doesn't do anything.
No, doesn't drop the N-word this time.
No,
as he does in the Scared movie too, I think.
No, but I liked it. I like the kind of themes of like, codependency and coercive relationships and like kind of incel stuff and why won't you date a nice guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in it, which I thought was nicely sort of played in, kind of laid into it. And it was a satisfying conclusion as well. So I got a good thumbs up. Good thumbs up, Obsession. I think that and Backrooms, I was satisfied.
Got what you wanted.
Got what I wanted out of it. Not the best movies I've ever seen, but they were very, very well done. At least interesting.
No goblins jumping out at you and going, blah, blah, blah.
No, I would probably add that in the sequel. Obsession 2, Spooky Goblin Man.
I was worried. I don't know if you thought this when you saw it. I thought they were going to do the classic red letter media trope that they talk about without spoiling anything. The scene where he's in the car calling customer care.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to have a scene where an expert in the field explains, oh well, the wish comes from. I was like, oh god, are they going? No, but they didn't do that. That scene was actually way more interesting and weird and scary in its own way. That was well done.
That's quite funny. Yeah.
What do you think of the? Go on, you go.
So I was going to say, it got quite a few laughs as well. I think some of, which I'm not sure if they were intentional, but the audience also definitely were laughing at some of there's some cuts, like when they're doing like the drinking game with the Jenga, and like it's like, oh, you have to kiss the person to your left, and then it cuts to the girl, and she's like, and now we've got a big laugh in my screening.
I think
it was some black. Yeah, I think there was a bit of dark humor.
I think it's a bit of a black comedy as well. Yeah, I think that scene is. But it's also one of those cool things where, I mean, that is horror, isn't it? I mean, it's just it's just right next to comedy. Do you know what I mean? There's What did you make of because the thing I've been thinking about, what do you think of like the score? I thought the music was really cool. Because it is kind of almost, you could imagine that music in a romance film.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah. It wasn't too, I don't know if I noticed the music much. It kind of, I think probably a good thing. Like it's sort of the tone and the feel without kind of being too...
To your face,
yeah. So I kind of like that. It was good. Good little movie. I'm sure they'll just make a sequel. and ruin it.
Probably. Yeah, make a Obsession 2. Too obsessed.
Obsession 2. We're obsessed.
You know what they do? You know what they'll do? This is really a great way to ruin it. A streaming series where it's an anthology and everyone gets a different wish in every episode.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do to their to milk it.
Yeah.
Disney Plus or whatever the fuck. MGM Plus. I don't even know who owns it. I don't know. There's something fucking Universal Plus. Peacock, I guess it would technically be. I think it's a Universal film.
I read a review of Backgrounds today that was quite interesting because it's talking about the director Kane Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons. Yeah.
Parsons. It's about how he totally doesn't even watch. He's not like a big film watcher. He's not a big cinema fan. And they were like, good. It's refreshing because so many films are just like, oh, and there's a nod to this movie or that's this from this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, just get someone who doesn't watch movies but just tries to make something like from first principles of like enjoy a movie. And I thought, actually, you know what? That is very refreshing because you think about like Mandalorian and Grogu and all these other like regurgitations of old and all the trailers I mentioned, which are just Evil Dead, but there's a spooky goblin in it kind of thing. Like, yeah, just like make something that has completely different kind of inspiration and like text that inspires it, whether that's forum chats or YouTube or whatever. That will actually lead to fresher cinema than just regurgitating Tarantino or fucking Sam Raimi or whoever, good filmmakers, but just regurgitating. Yeah.
It is. It does feel like people are perhaps somewhat prematurely, because obviously, look, I mean, Backrooms and Obsession got big, very symbolic victories over Grogu and all that, right? Which is great. But also, I look at the slate for the rest of this year, and it's Dune, Spider-Man, Avengers, Toy Story 5. It's like it's Moana 2. No, Moana remake. Fucking live action. So, the war is not won. I don't think yet. I think it's a bit of a Terrifier Joker situation when Terrifier that was like a legendarily shit film that people didn't want to see. I think no one gives a fuck about watching a Disney Plus show film. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully there will be more bets taken on young filmmakers and weird filmmakers and people who come from all different corners. But I mean, I'm glad we had fun for our summer because it's shite on the horizon. Paul, what are you doing?
Speaking of directors who got their start making online web series, but also directors who regurgitate plots from old movies. My Nirvana, and speaking of Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, as Barry was earlier, which is playing in as it stands, 2 cinemas in Ireland. 2 cinemas
in this entire country. That's right.
In the entire country.
What is it on bloody IMAX?
In the Lighthouse Cinema in Dublin and in the I Cinema in Galway.
Right.
Are the 2 cinemas currently showing it. My Blu-ray did arrive in the week, all the way from Down Under. Took a long old time to arrive, but did make it safe. I watched all the special features on it. Very fun. And I did rewatch the movie for the first time since it came online back in February or whenever it was. I love it even more. An absolute joy. And I was, and of course, with this kind of movie, I was picking up things on second watch that didn't occur to me first time around as well, because it's very fast paced, of course. So when they're doing the Back to the Future bit, of course, to have the lovely straight CN Tower and drive the RV through, they have construction workers come out to like block the road while they do that plan. I didn't realize watching the first time that the construction workers are the 3 like guys from the cover band.
Right.
The same 3 guys. I didn't catch that first time around. Stuff like that. And I watched the 2 commentaries. I will say, sadly, one of the commentaries, which is kind of the more interesting one, to come with the editors and the VFX guy, they did remotely, like we are now.
Okay,
and for 85% of it, you wouldn't even know. For 15% of it, it's like a CSP from 2014. You can barely understand what they're saying. Really poor for that to be put out as a proper commentary. And then the other commentary with obviously Johnson, McCarroll, Rab, is great, of course. Yeah, I mentioned some of the special features last week. The special features are great. One thing I didn't realize is they also put, as makes total sense for them to do so, an episode of the show on the special features. So if you buy the DVD or the Blu-ray, you get the first episode of the series as well. It's the banner with the penis on it, which actually is the reason why the Blu-ray comes rated mature, because it does mention nudity. That's the only instance of nudity in the entire Blu-ray.
Excellent.
On that episode of the TV show. But no, it's absolutely wonderful. I still my movie of the year by a considerable distance. I just watching the second time round, it just again flew by, even though I knew everything that was to come. I just absolutely love it. And then I watched a first time because I saw Red Letter Media did a review of this movie and I had never seen it. So I thought, I know a lot of people talk about this movie. You see, its name just seems to come up time and time again for whatever reason. It's Wet Hot American Summer, the 2001 1980s parody, I guess, parody of those summer camp movies. And it's the kind of movie that number one, I went in expecting it to be way funnier than it is. Is a very backhanded way of saying it, but it's the kind of movie that I thought was conceptually funnier than it is actually funny. Like, it's the kind of movie you watch and something surreal, it's quite surreal, something surreal will happen or something silly will happen and you'll think, that's funny or that's clever, and you like never laugh. You know what I mean? To me, it's that kind of movie.
Right.
Yeah. And although obviously if this was the kind of movie you were in at the time, maybe as a kid or a teenager, maybe you watched it over and over again. I'm sure there's bits that are just your favorite bit. You love it. To me, coming into it so late and not really gelling with it so well, it feels like the kind of movie that 3 months' time I'll just have forgotten that I watched it. There's nothing really that stands out to me.
Yeah.
That specifically. And I feel like part of the reason why that is maybe because the movie is so scattered. It's like a sketch comedy series sewn into a movie. Like, there's 10 different plots. Each of them get like 10 minutes of screen time, and it's just all chopped up and mixed in a blender. And so the movie has no real plot to it. The plot is it's the last day of this summer camp. That really is. None of the threads really tied together in any meaningful way. So it's just 2 minutes with this character, and now 2 minutes with this completely different story. And it feels like the kind of thing you could edit into a 10-episode series of 10-minute episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And none of the episodes have anything basically at all to do with each other. And of course, I guess, as well as it being sort of a cult classic in that way, I guess the reason why it's known is that a lot of people in it have gone on to be very successful.
Right.
You know, you got your Bradley Cooper, you've got your Amy Poehler, you've got your Paul Rudd, of course.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
I could go on and on. I say there's probably 5 or 6 people in it who are much bigger names now when the movie was made. But I don't think that speaks really to the quality of the movie necessarily. I think that's more of an interesting byproduct of the fact that these people have become successful. It was fine. I think they go like 3 stars on it. You know, I didn't dislike it. I thought it was perfectly watchable.
Okay.
I think it was a question of expectations because it's so, like I said, beloved, because it comes up seemingly time and time again. I feel like I read the name of that movie once a month, you know, in very different contexts. I just feel like I always hear about it. I don't know. I just expect it to be crazier, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought when I watched it. I was like, oh yeah. I'm not like, meh.
One thing I think it does really well, to be fair, much better than any film of this recent 80 nostalgia phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely catches the look and feel of the 80s. If I had put it on and didn't know anything about it, I totally believe I was watching a movie from the 1980s.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, fine. So someone asked me then if I was going to watch the revival series they did. 2017-ish. I know they did a like prequel series and a sequel series on Netflix. Yeah. Which I guess is funny because it being a prequel series made 16 years later, when these people were already older people playing teenagers. I get the joke. It's like, if these guys, because people are legitimately like 40 and 50 years old playing those same characters a week before. That, of course, in itself sounds funny, but I just didn't. I don't care enough about the characters to go out now and watch 2 seasons worth of extra content. It was fine. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure people who have a lot of nostalgia for it wasn't crazy for nothing, but I thought it was okay.
Nah, I don't think so. I think if you were, I'm sure if people were there at the time, maybe it's a little bit different. But I watched some movies, hanging into our recent 2026 indie horrors. I watched Hokum. Adam Scott.
Damien McCarthy,
Irish filmmaker. He did
Oddity.
And he made another one that I haven't seen. Apparently people also like called Caveat.
Yeah.
Which I've not seen, I've heard is good. I really loved Oddity. I liked Hokum. I didn't quite love it on that same level, but I thought it was quite good. One of the things I liked about it was Adam Scott finally plays like a different character. I
don't love him in
most things. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because even Severance is like this, really great, ambitious show, and I still kind of feel like he's just doing his fun Adam Scott performance in it, Adam Scott plays a extremely curmudgeonly writer who goes to this extremely remote hotel in Ireland to spread his parents' ashes and contemplate life, as it were. And is just very, not taking it all with the whimsy and this far. Oh, hello, Yank, how are you doing? Oh, well, not here for any of that. In Hokum. I'd say that this film has a lot of the same successes as Oddity, and maybe some of the same failings. I think it might even peak a little bit too early in the first act. I think McCartney really sets the scene really well. Obviously, it's set in this one location, a very, very old Irish hotel, and you can just like feel the creepy energy off it as soon as you get in, and without any bogghouls jumping out of the screen either.
No goblins.
It's just it's creaky, it's old, it's dirty. It's I assume all filmed in a real hotel. It could be a set. I don't really know. It certainly feels like a real location. It certainly feels like a very lived-in, dirty, not just done up to look that way. It's a great location. Fairly small cast of characters. Again, really great performances from the Irish supporting cast. And I wouldn't get too much into the plot because I don't want to kind of give away much beyond that premise. But there is something spooky about this hotel. I tell you. Yeah, really enjoyable. Like a 90-minute watch, get through it fairly quick. Doesn't really stick the landing super well. It's a disaster, but or doesn't end on a high note. But it's good. A very solid watch. If you like Oddity, you will enjoy this. And if you want to see an Irish horror, another Irish horror, this is a very solid city pile.
Sounds good.
Some other movies I watched. Oh, I've been watching video game movies on stream.
Oh God!
Right?
Yeah,
I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'll make mention
of first. Goodwill.
Oh well,
okay. Now tell us about the bad ones.
Let me tell you. Well, I'll quickly mention the one I have the least to say about it because it was so nothing. I watched Blood Rain 2. Which I was flabbergasted at how bad that was, and then I did since that was a direct DVD film because the quality of it looked like an episode of Stargate SG-1.
Is that a bowl? Is that?
That's a bowl joint,
Yeah,
and bowl without even bothering on like a movie budget. This was a direct DVD one, so that was terrible. Obviously, it looked like something you'd catch on Sky One. I mean, it was just absolutely dreadful. More notable, more recent. I also watched the Minecraft movie. Now that is a $1 billion making film, folks. Okay, that is one of the biggest films in the world. They are, of course, doing a sequel. Directed by your man, what made Napoleon Dynamite and a bunch of other shit. Minecraft was. He did Nacho Libre. He's a Jack Black collaborator for certain. I mean, that is, forget about it. You don't need to know anything about the video game. Forget about that. The thing you need to know about this film is it's Jack Black doing his most Kevin Nash house show routine, Jack Black bit. He's doing Jack Black, and the other notable performance in the film is Jason Momoa. So very annoying film, very fucking annoying movie of just too deeply. In the right context, I can like Jack Black. I like Tenacious D. I like School of Rock.
Yeah,
I like King Kong. Can I shock you? Okay,
I like it.
But then there are these films where he shows up for the paycheck and he just, I'm Jack Black. Oh. And he's doing that, but he is just, I mean, obviously most people I'm sure will have seen the chicken jockey meme thing from last year.
Yeah.
That one clip you've all seen, it does not, the entire film, he looks right down the camera and says, Minecraft catchfphrase. He does that, I swear to God, 6 or 7 times, 6, 7 during the movie. It's so shallow. It's so basic. The movie kind of looks okay, but it's also kind of repulsive as well. It's one of those modern CGI movies where sometimes you look at it and go, it's all right, and other times you're like, ugh. Garbage. Better than the bowl stuff. I'm doing a list on Letterboxd. It's like it's in the middle-ish, kind of leaning bottom. It was crap, but I have watched fucking shit since I started this. Let me tell you. This week I am watching 1999's Wing Commander, based on like an 8-bit game from like 1982. So with Freddie Prinze Jr. in one of his early roles. That is going to be a stinker for sure. Anyway, back onto actual films. I wanted to watch something a bit light, and I finally, for the first time ever, I watched Popstar, Never Stopping.
I like that a lot.
The Lonely Island film.
Yeah.
Very good, very enjoyable. Yeah. Kind of spoils them up. I like The Lonely Island, and I guess I just hadn't really twigged. I'd like heard all these songs before, but they are great. Yeah. So it didn't. So it was almost like it's almost like in a way, it's almost like I was rewatching the film because like I knew the Bin Laden song, I knew the Humble song.
Bin Laden's the best.
I knew the of course the gay song. No, it's so great, so great.
It's
hilarious list of cameos and people showing off. It's a very well done mockumentary. Thumbs up on that. 10 years old this year. That
very enjoyable.
So well done to those boys. I mean, they are keeping the studio comedy alive at the pictures. I want to watch that new one. Your Man directed with Samara Weaving and Jason Segel. That was good. Keeping it alive. Did Naked Gun as well, of course. That group or one of them did it.
Yeah. Oh, he directed it.
Yeah. So yeah, someone's got to do it. And then the last thing I watched today is another 2026 film. Is God Is. I believe this is an Amazon financed film.
Is God Is on Friday's other catchphrase.
I believe this is an Amazon film, which surprised me because it was good. It tells the tale of twins on it's kind of like a revenge road trip kind of movie, setting out to basically kill their abusive father from their youth. They were both left physically scarred by an event from their childhood. They were separated from their mother and father. Their mother, on her deathbed, reaches out to them and sets them off on this revenge story. I've got a sneeze coming. She didn't say I have a sneeze coming. That was me.
Yeah.
First time their writer-director adapting one of her own plays, apparently. So this was a play originally. And really good, kind of. It's a revenge film that is it's not easily categorized into kind of it's neither a John Wick nor a, if you go for revenge, this is Graves. It's kind of nasty and it's a bit kind of mean spirited, but it's also kind of like, and it's it's kind of pondering, is all this worth it? And then it's also kind of landing on, well, maybe yes, it is. I think people will definitely take different things from this film. I mean, the two central characters, the twins, you have a kind of extremely impulsive, aggressive one and a very kind of level-headed one. And it kind of seems like the nihilistic character is vindicated more often than not out of the two of them. But it's good if you want to see a kind of a kind of feels a little bit Tarantino-ish, little Tarantino-inspired kind of road trip revenge movie. I think you will enjoy it. A out of this world performance by Sterling K. Brown as the father. Yeah, he is. He is. I actually don't see enough. I don't know. I feel like he's just not in enough stuff. And similar to what I mentioned about Adam Scott, I mean, he's never really the bastard. He is phenomenal bastard in this film. My only I thought of it as a negative. I also think it was he's only really in the final act of the film. You don't see him really until they get to him, which in a way then also adds a certain amount of gravitas to his. He is unbelievable in this film. Everyone else is pretty good in it. It's a good cast. Some people I knew, some people I didn't. Thumbs up on Is God Is, if you were in the mood for a kind of a thriller revenge movie. And that's the movies for me this week. What's the telly update for you boys?
Taskmaster's over, Joe.
Taskmaster's over. Taskmaster's finished.
Over for another 5 months.
A solid little season.
Solid. I would say maybe middle of the pack.
Well, yeah. In terms of liking the contestants, probably one of the most likable bunches. In terms of memorable tasks or sort of classic moments, not as many. Few good ones.
I think for me as well, the winner being maybe my least favorite person of the 5. I like them all, but I can only take some.
Not liking the woman and the pen.
I like the other woman. So
bit weird.
It's more of my thing against the well.
Oh dear. But she had a classic. She was such an interesting one because she was like a savant. Like some tasks, she had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, but it's anyway.
And then other tasks, she was like, right, boom, done in like 10 seconds. I was like, oh my God, she's
it wasn't even about the task, but like I could only take so many of these long meandering stories that go nowhere that they never edited out for some reason.
And I went to my boyfriend's house and I accidentally shit on the floor and his mum had carpet in the bathroom and then I was shitting on the floor.
That story about 2 minutes long every episode.
I liked it a lot. There was a classic moment in this involving a clock in the lint task where she confused. You had to basically, was it stop the clock on 10 seconds or something like that, or as close to 10 seconds as possible? She mistook the milliseconds for seconds, so she was going, what did you do? I tried to stop it on 10 milliseconds. Oh God, she's tremendous.
I mean, I think all 5 of them were good. Joel, my VIP by a million miles. There's always one every season, one person I've never heard of, who I come out thinking, why aren't they the biggest comedian in the world? And Joel is one of my understanding is he's actually quite successful, but I liked him a lot. Phil from the season 4 was my favorite then as well. Yeah, good season. Lot of concern about the next one that Lucas and Iowati, despite being very big names, are not really the kind of personalities that typically work well on Taskmaster. But I guess we will see. I won't judge until we see how they do. But yeah, good season. A fun final task as well. The equivalent of sitting on an office chair and trying to jump across a room, which is quite fun.
Yeah. That's a hard one on on Mando. He's not a little on the age to be like jumping up and down an office.
He was actually very close to being maybe my favorite of the season. He's completely insane. Which I did not expect. I expected him to be almost like a Julian Clary type. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here to. But he's like mad. He's like properly bonkers, which is very fun. But yeah, that's that for another little while. And we'll see Joanna again, of course, when they do Champion of Champions in a year and a half's time. What else have you been watching?
New series on Netflix, 4 seasons. Tina Fey show, an adaptation of an old Alan Alda film.
Heard about it.
So the first season was really good. It's basically 4 kind of midlife couples who go away. It's 4 seasons, so one, say, the spring, summer, fall, and winter. And they go on kind of holiday together or spending holidays together. So it's very entertaining. It's kind of what you'd expect from like a Tina Fey show. It's very kind of witty and it's funny and it's very, very good cast. And the first one was so good, even though they kind of wrapped it up very nicely and it was a standalone sort of thing and it was very, very good, they went, forget all that, we're going to do another one. You know how we wrapped up the last one? Don't worry about that, we're going to do another one. Which, to be fair...
Mandalorian syndrome.
Yeah, to be fair, it's still very enjoyable. Cool. Like, it's not quite as tight, I'd say, as the first one. They sort of, some of it is bit contrived to create some more drama to then perpetuate the second season. But it's a very kind of fun, enjoyable show. I'd happily watch another season of it. There's a fantastic cameo right at the end of the series, which I won't spoil. Yeah, looking forward to the third one. Yeah, but it was good. Not much on watch on Netflix these days, but it's that annoying thing where there's like one good show on, so you have to get it, and then
there's one real good one. I'm surprised you haven't checked it out, Joe. It's called NTBTSTM Raw.
Oh god, that's all I get recommended. I've tried to. There's no way to mute it. Every time I go on there, it's like, oh, WB fucking Chudomania. I don't want to watch Cody Rhodes versus fucking, I don't know who, Joe Hendry from Flash.
Joe Hendry's been on for about 2 months.
Flash in the Castle, Lisbon or something.
They've forgotten about Joe Hendry.
I don't care.
Joe Hendry's not been around.
Oh, what? But he's the greatest singer.
I know. He does that bit where he hides in a fridge or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I actually still have. I found out in not in the week. This maybe was 3 or 4 weeks ago. I found out on my iPad. I still logged into my ex's Netflix. I have been for 5 years. Good God. I have to give something to watch on there before they find out. Fuck it. What are they going to say about it? It's not even hers. It's their families. They loved me, so fuck them. Video games there.
Video games.
Speaking of love, I also love video games. And I have been playing James Bond this week, Barry.
Finally, go on then.
Which I believe you have completed. I have
no credits on it.
I've not quite. I am in the chapter. I don't think it's a spoiler to say the name of the chapter because even I don't understand the context of what exactly it refers to. But I am in Nightfall.
Okay.
So I just was driving a very un-James Bond vehicle, which was very funny, as the played.
Yeah.
The song which is reserved for those big James Bond moments. It was very appropriate, I will say, and it was the kind of pump your fists in the air moment as you're driving not exactly an Aston Martin through the streets of London. Very, very funny. But yeah, I think last time we talked, I was just about to do the what's the musician's name with the dreadlocks? Bauma, but the actor.
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. I was just about to do that level, so I did finish that level. I finished the one after where you go to investigate the big ship.
Yes. Yep.
And I did the one after where you are at the whatever it's called, the convention where your man is doing the big keynote speech.
Yes, yeah.
So I did those 3 levels, enjoyed them all. Definitely, the second one is the level that so far has felt the most uncharted.
Yes.
Well, for all the Hitman moments that was definitely one where you're fighting enemies, you're sneaking around to try and jump out of a bush. There's no bushes, but the equivalent, to take someone down, take his gun, shoot the next enemy, and before you know, you have 100 enemies on you, and you're trying to go behind cover and pick them off. So that level felt very, very uncharted. So I certainly see the balance of it. One thing I love is when you find yourself in one of the levels where it is a bit more hit and you're given your options in terms of what you're going to do, is when you do one of those paths, you get the little achievement unlocked. You've done that path, and it does make me want to go back and do the other ones.
Yeah.
It does make me think, I want to see what I'm missing out on then. But yeah, that's as far in as I am. Still very, very much enjoying it. I like the level length as well. It's perfect. Like each level is like hour and a half so far. I'm sure that maybe they get longer towards the end, but hour and a half so far. So it's perfect that you can like say, I'm going to have a little game session this evening. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play one level. I'm going to start playing and I'm not going to stop playing until the next chapter name pops up on the screen. And typically it's like hour 20, hour and a half. So it's the perfect length. Yeah, I mean, I'm still really, really, really enjoying it. I love especially all the Hitman stuff, but the further into the game I get as well, the further I realize that this blend is maybe more suited to James Bond than just the Hitman game would.
Yes.
And certainly the comments that were made lately by Amazon. This James Bond game has been really, 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 really successful. What do you think about that? Yeah, we don't want to maybe make our next one ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't be totally against IO. If they're just to do another Hitman game, you know, they can obviously make it more like World of Assassination in terms of just being a sandbox, hundreds of options. But they could probably implement some of the stuff that they've used in this game as well.
Yeah.
Definitely, like the hand-to-hand combat feels way better in this than it ever did in Hitman.
Yes.
For example,
I would even say the shooting, the
shooting as well, probably, yeah. But then the reason for that is because
it's by design. Yeah,
it's by design that you're meant to use those. Where in Hitman, it's almost the punishment for being caught is you have to shoot or fight people hand to hand. So, but yeah, my impressions continue to be really strong, and I'm hoping that it kind of sticks the landing as I go into the last hours. I think I'm in the range of like 6 to 7 hours left. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I think from what you said, it's about a 20-ish hour game. Let me check my Steam thingy. Okay, 17 for me. I was about 17 hours for me. I finished it. Look, I don't have too much to say other than what you said, to be honest. I really like it. I think it balances all those things quite well. The bits where it's giving you a little bit of choice, more choice than you'd get in an Uncharted are quite good. It never quite reaches Hitman level, but that's fine. You wouldn't want it to. Looks good. I think they nailed the Bondness of it all.
Right.
I think it's tough to do an origin story for such an iconic character, especially when there's not like a bunch of, if you were to make a video game doing Spider-Man's origin stories, okay, well, you have 800 examples to pull from, and there's a textbook, a Bible you could follow. I was like, there's not really that for Bond. I think they did a great job. It's a great version of the character. You do feel like you are like at the beginning of this story, and really, really, I'm very, very happy with it. I went 4 stars on it on the old backlog.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the strongest games of the year. I don't know how much of I didn't do any of the tax sim stuff. I still have it installed. I might take a look at stuff at some point.
Know what that really is even.
It's a mission replayer, because one thing first of all, I think it's okay. I think it appears to be broken and the latest patch on PC, so I will wait for the next patch to come out. But I wasn't able to jump into a mission for some reason, but I was able to get into the mode,
right? And
it does have, you can see all your collectibles that you got during the story and like how many you're missing. So I think it's I don't know if it's going to let you get those in
that would be great, but not have to play the whole game, mission by mission and fill in the blank bit.
It's definitely a mission replayer of some description. There's also the little bug at the bottom of the screen when I went into it saying I won't spoil it, a vehicle you get access to in a very limited capacity at some point during the story. They were kind of teasing, we'll give you an actual mission with this, and they put out a roadmap, so it seems like they are going to Hitman style. Like it seemed like Taxim would be getting stuff. Had an actual new story mission at some point, but it seems like Taxim is also where they're going to be adding, here's more stuff to play with and mess around with. I'll give that a look. But yeah, like you said, the little challenges popping up when I was playing did make me realize that there's probably a million different things to do. Did you enter in the big marketplace level? Did you do the Fight Club?
No.
So I did the Fight Club, and even just within that one, there seems to be multiple different ways to do it, because you have to fight a guy to prove you're tough enough to get into it. And on like an elevated platform. So rather than going through a long fight to use with him, I hit him once and then I used the grapple and I just threw him off an edge. The grapple mechanic in this game is great, because all the environmental destruction is so great. So if you just see something in the environment, like I bet it'd be fun throwing enemies, just grab him and throw him in. It's great. And also if you see any kind of ledge, you can just toss them over. So I hit the guy once, grabbed him and instantly threw him over. I got a little challenge for winning by ring out or some shit like that, just to qualify for the fight. So they've, again, that's more Hitman DNA there, but the great stuff.
The hand-to-hand combat in that regard is like, you get so good at it the longer you play the game. Like when I started playing, I was getting killed by people so easily, and now it's like going through with 5 people, I'm just gonna punch them all to death. And the second you get an opening to grapple them and you grab them, you're just like into this whether it's a vending machine or whether it's a
knight's armor
arcade machine. electrocuted. It's great. Looking at my Xbox app, it has me at 9 hours 33.
Okay.
So that puts me right about where I expect it to be.
So that's what we've been playing. Anything else for you this week?
Yes, I've also been playing Joe. I don't know if you've heard about this app that's been going viral in the football world. It's called 38. Yes, you heard it?
Yeah. Well, I played 7-0. I didn't have the patience for 38 now.
So 38-0 is a football draft game where you're given any team from the last 25 or 35 years, basically, in Premier League I play. And you have to spin the wheel and you get given Manchester United 2008, 2009. And you pick a player from that team and you put them in your squad and you spin again. And this time you get Burnley from 2015, 2025, 26. You go, fuck, Burnley are shit. Which of their players I take? And you have to put together a squad by doing that. And the goal is to win a 38-game season without losing a single game. Just winning every game. So it is very fun. It is very addicting. I've had some very strange results, though. So I have... And this is where my problem with the game is that it doesn't feel especially balanced insofar as it being a game where you're trying to win 38 in a row. Your assumption would be, well, I need then that the back end logic needs to be exactly good.
Yeah,
otherwise it becomes a bit pointless. So here was my team, right? In goals, Lionel Perez, 1996 Sunderland. Right back, Micah Richards, Manchester City, 2007. Centre backs, Ariane Deseu, Portsmouth 03, Callum Davidson, Leicester 01, and left back, Andy Robertson, Hull 2016. Midfield, Don Hutchison, Everton 97, Gary Speed, Everton 97, and Mikael Damsgaard for Brentford 2025. And then my front three were Wilfred Zaha, Crystal Palace 2018, left wing, Son Heung-min, Spurs 2019, and up front, Dean Ashton, West Ham 2008. That team came fourth in the league, right?
Huh?
With a points total of 56 points. I don't know if any team was ever fourth in the Premier League with 56 points, right? Then, so keep that in mind. Keep that in your back pocket, right? Fourth, 56 points. I then had a team that came fifth with 80 points. How is that possible?
What? Yeah.
And I had a very good team that season. I had a team with Azpilicueta at right back, Ashley Cole at left back, Bruno Fernandes and Patrick Vieira in the middle, Salah, Payet, and Robbie Keane in front, all peak years. 80 points, fifth place. I was like, what? What do you go fifth place with 80 points? So that's a bit mad, but it is still very fun to play. Like I'll start a run now. You can see here, start draft, and you get a little spin the wheel, and you'll see. And I got West Ham United 2020-21. And I have Thomas Souček. Declan Rice is there. We'll put in Declan Rice, centre midfield. He's 81 rated for that year. Spin the wheel again. Norwich City 2012-13. John Ruddy in goals. I'll put in Wes Hoolahan as an Irishman. Spin the wheel. Blackburn Rovers 07-08. Who are we taking there? Benny McCarthy, Brad Friedel, David Bentley, Morton Gamps, Pedersen, Roque Santa Cruz. We'll throw Brad Friedel in goals, I think, there. Manchester United 1920.
1920. Dennis Violet. Duncan Edwards.
The 2019-2020. Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford.
Go Bruno.
You go Bruno then. Chelsea 22-23. Sterling, Thiago Silva, Reece James, I think. Yeah. Got to put in there. Right back. We've got Newcastle United 2020-21. Callum Wilson.
By the way, I've got the Netherlands-Japan game on, and they just cut to Liv Morgan in the crowd.
Really?
Oh, fuck? Obviously, the commentators don't know who any of these celebrities are.
Yeah. And there's a blonde woman. We've got Sam Maximin left wing there.
There's SmackDown.
Okay, here's one for you, Joe. Arsenal 25-26. Now we've already filled our three. We've already filled our three midfield options, but it does let us pick Declan Rice again and put him at centre back.
I got Timber. Have you got Timber?
Well, we already put Reece James at right back. Timber can play left back or centre back though.
Yeah, go centre back Timber.
Centre back Timber. Okay, spin the wheel. Brentford 23-24. Tony up front, I think there, or Burma.
I got Burma.
And Burma. Okay, we're going Burma right wing. We've only got three left. Everton 2011-2012. Leighton Baines, Jagielka, Cahill. Distan. I think we got to go Leighton Baines for left back. We don't have a left back. So we've only got a striker and a centre back. Everton 2012-2013. Jagielka there.
Yeah.
And then last we get a striker and we get Newcastle United 25-26. Not great pickings. Joe Linton, Voltamada, Vissa, or Osula?
Voltamada.
Okay, so that's our team. Our team is 81 rated. Simulate season. So it's simulating all the games now. And we end in 8th place.
Oh, what? That was a decent
Underperformed. 8th place. Projected was 6th. We finished 8th. Player of the season was Declan Rice. 9 goals, 10 assists. And then what you do is you go, new run, and you do all that again. And hope you finish better.
Very good.
So that's what I've been playing. Right. I think that is everything for this week, eh?
I think it might. Thank you for listening, folks. I'll be away next week, but the boys will be back with a World Cup update, a full review of UFC at the White House. Power slap from
I'll be power slapping will be Dynamite Big Bald Head.
Power slap from the back garden of the White House. And ChairShotPodcast.com obviously is where you can go to check out the Fantasy League and pop us an email if you would like us to get an AI summary of what you are saying to us. We can ask Gemini to do that as well.
Yes.
So I greatly appreciate it. Alrighty. Until then, folks, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Paul.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from you.
Goodbye.